Now that we've gotten all of the political drama out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about more drama. Tokenomics for Ironfish. Now, Ironfish is a new cryptocurrency that has gone through 3 test nets and will be launching on April 20th of this year. So that's going to be next month. We got less than 30 days now for this launch, and they have released their tokenomics for their layer 1 chain. Now, what it's supposed to do is provide zero knowledge proofs, and basically, as they describe it, an SSL for Web3. Essentially is how it's described. That's kind of the selling point, right? This privacy for Web3. Privacy for Web3, that's the selling point, right? Got it done. It's going to be on Blake 3 algorithm. For those that are unaware, it shares a similar algorithm to what Alephium is currently using. So if you're wondering how your clocks and stuff are going to work on this particular mining algorithm, you can check it with that. It's going to be pretty straightforward. But this isn't looking too good. Ironfish is a layer 1 chain based on proof of work. Every single Ironfish transaction is encrypted, hiding sensitive user information on who the sender is. We covered all this, right? We don't need to really get into this. Let's talk about the token supply and distribution data. And really, for the most part, you guys need to know this. The Genesis block is the first block in the Ironfish blockchain. The Ironfish Genesis block includes 42 million tokens. Now, they're going to have an emissions curve, and then they're going to have a circulating supply. If you're not familiar with these terms, the emissions curve describes how the total supply changes over time due to token economics, and circulating supply is the total number of coins that are available for transfer that are not locked up. So there you go. There's your definitions out of the way. So it goes on to say for the emissions curve, the mining reward, which is how many coins a miner is allocated for successfully mining a block, is tied to the Ironfish emissions curve. The emissions curve starts out with 42 million coins in the Genesis. After the first year, the total for new coins created due to mining rewards is 1/4 of the Genesis, or 10.5 million coins. Every subsequent year, fewer and fewer coins will be created until terminal supply of 256,970,400 coins is reached, roughly at year 150 post-Genesis. That's pretty far out. And then they give you the formula. It's really, at this point, you can go over the formula if you want, but we really need to get down to the nitty-gritty, right? Which is going to be this one down here. It goes over the inflation graph if you guys want to go look at that. But this is the problem that a lot of people are having. It's the allocation of supply. The Ironfish Genesis block contains 42 million tokens, and we provide a deeper look at these sections later in the article. But here's your Genesis block and how it will be distributed. I don't think I have to say anything here to clarify, but for those that are only listening, we are currently looking at a graph that shows the distribution of the first Genesis block. Remember, that's going to be 42 million coins. 37.4% of it goes to the core team. 5% of it goes to the Ironfish Labs. 5% of it goes to the Future Endowment. 18% of it goes to the Ironfish Foundation. 2.3% of it goes to the testnet airdrop, which is us that participated within their 3 testnets that were incentivized, which I feel like is worth more than 2.3% of your Genesis block. But, you know, once again, I guess, who cares about the miners? Future airdrops, 2.3%. Series pre-seed, 5.1%. Series seed, 9.9%. Series A, 14.5%. And 0.6% for advisors. Which maybe if they paid their advisors a little bit better, they would have thought about this distribution ahead of time. Oh, the chart below shows the 4-year circulating supply. By the way, if you guys want to go over like each one of these, just know this, a majority of these, let's take out the Series A investors, the Series Seeds, right? This is all standard, I suppose, VC type stuff, airdrops, standard VC type stuff, right? Let's just get rid of all of this. The rest of this right here, this cut, basically is just all the same thing, which is the Ironfish team, right? So you got 18%, 23%, 28%, plus the 37.4%, way over 50%, over 60% of the Genesis block goes directly to the team, right? Now, it does say that the chart below shows a 4-year circulating supply and kind of like how it will be reduced. Here's supposed to be the absolution of all of this, which is for every insider, which is an investor, advisor, and employee, there's a 1-year lockup period, meaning that no tokens can be traded or transferred by an insider for 12 months after the mainnet event. For every insider, investor, or employee, vested tokens will become eligible for transfer monthly over a 24-month period, including the mandatory 12-month period post-mainnet, so about 3 years. And for every employee, there is a 4-year vesting, 1-year cliff on top of the lockup schedule. So for the employees, only the people that are working for them are going to have the longest lockup of 5 years, but whatever. Now it does show how after a year, mining rewards will be 29%, of the rewards, provided miners, that's how much they'll have 30% of the distribution. You're still way outweighed by everything else. There's they try to show after 2 years, it'll go up a little bit more. 36 months, it'll go up a little bit more. I think even at 4 years, mining rewards aren't even 50% of what was allocated in the Genesis block. And so terminal supply, 83% will go to mining rewards. Okay. And here's another problem I had. Okay. This huge chunk, this core team chunk, is not listed. They do not list that in their category explanations. Okay. So the largest chunk, it's so baffling. The largest chunk that they're taking out, they don't even explain. They don't even attempt to give you a category explanation on it. Right? They'll tell you the foundation and when it's founded and to enable it of engaging growth and blah, 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 blah. Same thing. Every single foundation for any sketchy cryptocurrency that's ever been founded has always had this weird foundation thing where they set up like this, entity that's for promoting the cryptocurrency, right? I've always said this is something that this usually never leads to anything good, right? And this is the second largest allocation. And then it kind of goes over the test net. I guess we'll get a measly 945,000 tokens distributed amongst all of us that helped with the test net. Then it goes into the series pre-seed, and that's financial support and blah 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 for their investors. Series seed, same thing, right? And that's with Electrical Capital, Bali. And then there's Series A, which is A16Z Crypto, Sequoia, Elad Gil, and they led their Series A. And then their advisors, they don't list. And then they did add core team. I'm wrong. Sorry, I was complaining too much. They did add core team. So let's read this because I didn't actually see this when I was going over this initially. So it says, the Ironfish core builders are passionate, determined people who put in hours, sweat, and occasionally swearing to ensure swearing to ensure we created the strongest product possible. No, it's not funny. I don't need slapstick humor in why you're taking 37% of the initial Genesis block. Right? It's not funny. Are you amused by this? Boys. I'm not so sure that Ironfish is going the correct direction at this point. Definitely feels like not. We'll see how it goes, but I'll give you guys the guide. We've already done the guide on the node. We'll do the guide on you know, how to mine it and all that. I treat all those completely separate, you know, that sort of thing. And we'll just have to wait and see how this all shakes out at the end of the day. But it doesn't look pretty. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. You can check out the full episode here or more crypto content down here. Also, I'd like you to check out my locals page at sonofatech.locals.com, where you can become a member for free or choose to be a $5 a month supporter that unlocks additional content.